Welcome to Stream Time, where we talk all things streaming. What's on, what's coming up, and what you should avoid. We'll also explore ways to save you money on your streaming services as well. So kick back and relax as we get ready for Stream Time.
Identical twin sisters Leni and Gina decide to swap their lives. However, there are dire consequences when one of the twins goes missing, causing both of their lives to rapidly fall apart. We're going to be talking about the Netflix limited series called Echoes, this time on Stream Time, and it starts right after this. Hey everybody, welcome back to Stream Time, your show for all things streaming. Whether it's how to save money on your streaming services, new streaming services you might not have heard of or used, or the shows and movies that are exclusive to streaming services. And hey, do us a favor, if you like the show, would you leave us a positive rating and review and share us with your friends? We'd greatly appreciate that. And if you want to email us, it's streamtime@purplepitstudios.com. Once again, that email address is streamtime, all one word, obviously, at purplepitstudios.com. And make sure you stop by purplepitstudios.com and look for Stream Time so you can listen to every episode. All right? Sounds good. So let's get into this week's episode of Stream Time, as we're going to talk about Echoes, which is a limited run streaming series. Now, what that means is they don't really have any plans to continue on and make other seasons of it. We're starting to see these come out more and more with streaming services, where they take something that it's maybe doesn't have quite enough content for it to be a series per se, but it's longer than a movie would be, and they have so much material that wouldn't, logically fit into a 2 or 3 hour movie. All right. So this was produced by Netflix, and this aired on August 19th, 2022. So it's relatively recent. Now, it got pretty beat up on Rotten Tomatoes, only a 25% review, and on the Internet Movie Database, only a 5.9 out of 10. However, me and the missus watched it here this past week, watched all the episodes, and I'll tell you what, really actually kind of enjoyed it. It was kind of quirky in some parts, but it had some nice twists and turns to it. The concept was, I have to say old hat. Fish out of water, both of them. What they do is these two identical twin sisters from a young age decided that they're going to switch lives with each other. And, I've known some twins in my time, both male and female, and, especially if they're identical, you have a hard time telling them apart. It's usually the mannerisms or something that'll give them away. So, yeah, it's kind of ironic that they decided to make something about this. Now, again, there's 7 episodes in this, and there is not, to my knowledge, a season 2 of Echoes, and we'll find out and see. Taking everything into consideration, they're predicting Echoes will not be renewed for a second season because they basically wrap things up. There's definitely potential, but the story feels like it's kind of run its course, in my opinion. And they basically bailed on any kind of cliffhanger ending with it as well. But the story itself has some nice plot twists. It has some, I didn't think that was going to happen. if you like something that's a kind of a drama rooted in a little bit of a mystery where you try and figure some things out, I didn't find it too predictable, which is a big thing with me. When I'm watching a series or a movie, especially things that are produced by streaming services, the quality on streaming services productions has, over the past 5 years, been exponentially getting better and definitely better. And they would classify this as a mini series. There's some people and faces in there you will recognize for this. Matt Boomer plays Jack Beck. You got Ali Stroker, Karen Robinson's in it, Michelle Monaghan, Gable Sutherland. You've got Jonathan Tucker. He's been in other things as well. So there's some stars in here. Celia Weston, Patrick Nix. I mean, you're going to recognize some old favorites and some new rising stars that you've seen in different productions. Now, the like I said, the storyline is pretty good. It's not a terrible plot. It really is. I found it pretty decently executed. Some people didn't like it because they felt it had too many flashbacks in the series, but I felt that added to the continuity of the series itself, and it brought you along in the story. There's some times where you in this miniseries where they take you down one road and you think, okay, we're heading here. I think I know what's going to happen, and all of a sudden they delve off into something else, but it's done tastefully. So that's the nice thing. It's done tastefully. And it just throws you enough that you're like, oh, okay, that's an unexpected turn. All right. And it keeps your interest. It really does. There were 7 episodes. The total runtime is about 5 hours and 26 minutes of the series. And there's 7 episodes of it. It's in surround sound, Dolby Atmos for those of you that have the big old sound systems. It was filmed in Wilmington, North Carolina in the United States. And again, this is a Netflix production. So usually the Netflix stuff is, I would say when they first started out with doing their own movies and streaming series, it was kind of hit or miss. They brought in a lot of foreign, no offense to our foreign listeners, they brought a lot of foreign content in. And if you're in the United States, sometimes that can turn people off because people, and the only reason being is some people, and I'm one of them, I don't like to read an entire movie. I would rather have it dubbed or something like that just to make it easier. Because for myself, if I'm reading a movie, it almost feels like too much like work to me. So just to give you an idea. But all in all, like I said, not a bad series at all. Some nice plot twists, some nice twists and turns. I found myself genuinely feeling for the characters, especially the sisters and the sisters' husbands. And the father of the sisters, I kind of felt, very, I don't know, empathetic towards. So they did do that in that respect. They did, tug at your heartstrings and get you emotionally involved in these characters. It wasn't just one of these things where I'm going to sit down and be brain dead for a few hours and, kill some time because I have nothing better to do. Would I have liked to see a season 2 on this? Probably not. I'm going to agree with what most people are saying online. I think that this was about a 7 to 10 part mini series. Definitely too much information and too much storytelling to be compressed into a 2.5 or 3 hour, even a 3 hour film. So I like the fact that they decided to go with this format and ended at one series or one season and made it a mini series instead of an ongoing series, because while the material on its face value is very, very intriguing and you're like, oh, okay, and it draws you in, I think something like this, if they dragged on for like another season or 2, could have gotten very stale and very placid very quick. So as far as Echoes goes on Netflix, definitely something worth checking out. It's going to be a good investment of your time. It's not a waste of time. It has some really intriguing plot twists and takes you down, like I said, some different roads. So it definitely is entertaining. You'll get emotionally invested in the characters as well. And overall, it's quite enjoyable. So I do recommend Echoes, the miniseries, available now worldwide on Netflix. That's all the time we have for on this episode of Stream Time. Thank you for spending some of your valuable time with us. And remember, rate the podcast and share us with your friends. And get the word out if you would, please. We appreciate that. And if you want to email us, it's streamtime@purplepitstudios.com. Until next time, I got the remote. I'm going to be checking out more streaming services and the world of streaming for you. And I look forward to gathering with you on our next episode. Until then, take care.